1800 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan, the news read by Sadia Sattar. First, the headlines. Prime Minister says reforms are underway to improve tax system in consultation with all stakeholders. Information Minister says Pakistan wants to open up to the Central Asian states and build strong communication linkages with them. Pakistan has categorically rejected Indian Foreign Ministry spokesperson's false, untenable and self-serving comments on recent elections in Azad Jammu and Kashmir. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, All Parties Hurriyat Conference has expressed serious concern over the custodial killing of innocent Kashmiri youth by Indian troops in fake encounters. Saudi Arabia has announced to reopen its borders to fully vaccinated foreign tourists. The second T20 between Pakistan and West Indies will be played in Guyana tomorrow. And now the news in detail. All major chambers of commerce of the country have expressed satisfaction over the government's pro-business policies and the steps taken for ease of doing businesses. The satisfaction was expressed at a meeting between Prime Minister Imran Khan and presidents of all the main chambers of commerce in Islamabad. The government and the business community also agreed to devise a strategy with mutual consultation to increase tax revenue, emphasizing industrial development for economic progress of the country. The Prime Minister said the government is providing incentives to industries for enhancing exports. He said reforms are underway to improve tax system and consultation with all stakeholders will accelerate this process. The Prime Minister directed the federal ministers to remain in contact with all stakeholders and hold regular meetings with them to listen to their problems and proposals. Ambassador of Saudi Arabia Nawaf bin Saeed Ahmed Al Maliki called on Prime Minister Imran Khan in Islamabad today. He presented a formal invitation to the Prime Minister extended by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman for participation in a summit focusing on the Middle East Green Initiative to be hosted by Saudi Arabia in October this year. The Prime Minister graciously accepted the invitation. President Arif Alvi has emphasized the need for using latest technology to curb tax evasion. Addressing an awareness seminar for taxpayers in Islamabad today, he said tax evasion is a venom for any country. The president stressed that taxation is essential to run the affairs of the country. He said our tax to GDP ratio is mere 10%, which is very low when compared with the rest of the world. He said this is the reason we have to take loans. Minister for Information and Broadcasting, Chaudhry Fawad Hussain, has emphatically stated that Pakistan is not siding with any group in Afghanistan. Addressing a ceremony organized by Pak Afghan Youth Forum in Islamabad today, he said Pakistan is trying to create an atmosphere where all groups in Afghanistan can come together and form an inclusive government. The Information Minister said this is the only way Afghanistan can actually form a stable government and peaceful society. He said a solid economic future of this region lies in a stable and peaceful Afghanistan, and all our efforts are directed towards this end. The minister said Pakistan wants to open up to the Central Asian states and build strong communication linkages with them. Foreign Office spokesperson Zahid Hafiz Chaudhry says Pakistan considers Troika Plus an important forum to facilitate the Afghan peace process. Responding to media queries regarding the Troika Plus meeting to be held in Doha, he said Pakistan has been participating in the formal regularly. The spokesperson said Pakistan looks forward to the Troika Plus meeting in Doha, which will review the current situation in Afghanistan. He said Pakistan will continue to support efforts to achieve a peaceful, stable and prosperous Afghanistan. Pakistan has categorically rejected the false, untenable and self-serving comments made by spokesperson of Indian Ministry of External Affairs on the recent elections in Azad Jammu and Kashmir. Indian Shah was summoned to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Islamabad to convey Pakistan's complete rejection of India's sham protest and to reiterate Pakistan's clear and consistent position on the Jammu and Kashmir dispute. In a statement today, Foreign Office spokesperson Zahid Hafiz Chaudhry said India cannot hide the fact that it is in illegal occupation of parts of Jammu and Kashmir. This is Radio Pakistan. Minister for Information and Broadcasting Chaudhry Fawad Hussain says the government is examining the Sindh government's decision of imposing lockdown. In a tweet, he said Prime Minister Imran Khan's policy is clear that we will oppose any step that severely affects the economy of the common man. The Information Minister said the National Command and Operations Centre and Sindh government should devise a strategy in which the common man's livelihood is least affected. Sindh government has decided to impose lockdown in the province from tomorrow till 8th of next month due to increase in corona infection cases. The decision was taken at a meeting of Provincial Task Force on Corona in Karachi today, with Chief Minister Syed Murad Ali Shah in the chair. It was decided that all markets and intercity transport would remain closed. However, the export industry and pharmacy will remain open. Public offices would also remain closed during the lockdown. Addressing the meeting, the Chief Minister said salaries will not be paid after 31st of next month to those government employees who do not get themselves vaccinated against coronavirus. He said vaccination cards of the persons coming out on roads will be checked. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the All Parties Hurriyat Conference has expressed serious concern over the custodial killing of innocent Kashmiri youth by Indian troops in fake encounters. Addressing a condolence meeting in South Kashmir's Islamabad town, APHC General Secretary Maulvi Bashir Ahmad Irfani said the recent hike in youths killing in custody during fake encounters leaves no doubt to believe that the Indian forces, instead of filling the jails, have preferred to fill the graveyards, which is a heinous war crime declared by the United Nations Charter of Human Rights. He reiterated the Kashmiris' commitment to take the ongoing resistance movement to its logical conclusion despite the worst Indian state terrorism. Saudi Arabia has announced that it would reopen its borders to fully vaccinated foreign tourists after a 17-month closure due to the coronavirus pandemic. In a statement, the Saudi Ministry of Tourism said travelers fully vaccinated with Saudi-approved jab, Pfizer, AstraZeneca, Moderna or Johnson will be able to enter the kingdom without the need for an institutional quarantine period. However, Riyadh did not announce any lifting of restrictions on the Umrah pilgrimage that can be undertaken at any time, which usually attracts millions of Muslims from across the globe each year. The World Health Organization says the Delta variant has led to a surge in coronavirus outbreaks, triggering a fourth wave in the Middle East, where vaccination rates remain low. In a statement, it is said that the rapid spread of the Delta variant is quickly making it the dominant strain in the region. China has asked the United States to stop using Tibet-related issues to interfere in China's internal affairs. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Yao Lijian made the remarks in response to a question about U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken meeting with Dalai Lama's representative in New Delhi. He said the 14th Dalai Lama is not a purely religious figure, but a political exile who has long been engaged in separatist activities and attempted to split Tibet from China. The second T20 match between Pakistan and West Indies will be played tomorrow at Providence Stadium in Guyana. The match will commence at 8 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. And now the weather finally. Rain with wind and thunder shower is expected in Islamabad, Upper and Central Punjab, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Gilgit-Baltistan, Kashmir during the next 12 hours. However, isolated heavy falls are also expected in Northeast Punjab and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa during the period. Mainly hot and humid weather is likely to prevail elsewhere in the country. And that's it from the newsroom for now. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk.